Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 of the crown top tutorial. This part we are going to be doing an edging. This is going to wrap around the body as much or as little as you want. In the bigger one, you're going to want to do 20 rows in total. That is not including the 2 rows that you did in part 1 when we initially made the cups for the top. And on me, this wraps around me very comfortably, and if I stretch it, it even closes very comfortably. So go ahead and create your slip knot, and you're going to be attaching your yarn to the bottom side of one side of your top, and it really doesn't matter which side you choose. You're going to be attaching it into the 3rd chain right there on that chain 5, and if you have to, flip it over so you can see the V's and then attach it that way. That's what I did. And you are going to love this because literally we have been doing this pattern throughout this whole entire top. So go ahead and don't fumble like me and attach your yarn. You're going to chain 5. Remember, the first 3 chains of the chain 5 count as our first double crochet, and then like usual you're going to be working into the chain space. So that's 1 double crochet, a chain 2, and then another double crochet into that same chain 2 space. Then you're going to chain 2, and in the next chain 2 space right there, you're going to put 1 double crochet, you're going to chain 2, and then put another double crochet into that same spot. And you're going to be doing that all the way down. On the smaller one, you see we only have 2 extra pattern repeats to do. On the bigger one you will have more, but you know, it's alright. It's the same pattern for however big or small you need this. And our last pattern repeat is gonna be kind of special. So once you do the double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, we are going to be turning our work and working right back down that same side so that we can grow it. After this part, all you're going to do is chain up 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn your work, and then into that space right there that you just chained 5, you're going to put 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 double crochet. And that is how we are going to be doing this part of the top until it's as long as you need it. For this particular top, I only did 6 rows. And remember, I said in the beginning, that is not including the 2 you did in part 1 when you first made the cups for the top. So, you know, just keep that in mind. This isn't for anyone, so I couldn't even tell you what size bra this person is gonna fit, but I'm aiming for an A cup. So if you are an A cup, A to B cup, this bra should be perfect for you. And you're going to do your last pattern repeat until we get to our chain 5, which you should know what to do once you get to the chain 5 because we've done this so many times. You're going to chain 2, then you're going to count up 3 and put a double crochet into that 3rd stitch. And that's exactly what we are going to be doing until you have as many rows as you need. This part is super easy. It's like the easiest part of the whole entire top. Oh look, I messed up. That's a single crochet. Luckily it's an easy fix. So yeah, you're going to do that for as many rows as you need. Like I said, I did 6 rows. You can do as many or as little as you need, and then you're going to cut your yarn and attach it to the other side and do the exact same thing. So I will see you guys when I am done. Okay, this is my last row that I'm doing. I had 6 and I'm putting my last double crochet into that third chain right there, and then you can chain up 1 like I do and cut your yarn so that it can be attached to the other side. This is what your work is supposed to be looking like. If it looks like this, then it is perfect. You are perfect and you did a great job. So this part is actually, it's not mandatory. You can just leave the top as is, like how it is in part 2, or you can watch part 3 and do what I'm doing, because it makes it really really cute, I promise you. So go ahead and attach to the other side and do that process all over again. Hey guys, so I am back and I have done 6 rows on each side of my top, and this is what it's looking like. We have the crown pattern at the top, or the scallop edging from part 2, and our top is just looking great. I'm just cutting the end so that I can pull through and tie off, because after that we are going to be doing the exact same thing we did on the sides and in the middle at the bottom to create this cute little ruffle flared out pattern that I love so much. So after you have done all your rows, let's go on and continue to the second part. By the way, you could totally just leave it here. You do not have to do the ruffly part that I'm about to show you. It is completely up to you. So you can either end the video here or we can continue on. I just wanted to add that little tidbit in there. So let's get started. Okay, this part is completely optional. You do not have to do this. I just thought it was really cute and it adds length to the top. I did this on mine, and all you're going to be doing is doing 1 row of half double crochet and then 2 rows of the V-stitch pattern. I did find out that that is called a V-stitch. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get our slip knot ready. And you're going to be connecting it to one side at the bottom of your top. As you can see, I have my top upside down, and you can either connect it into that space right there or actually into the top of that double crochet. I usually tend to connect my yarn there, but you definitely do what is best for you. There is no exact science to this, no right or wrong way. And then once you connect your yarn, you're going to chain 2. And then in each space that you see, you're just going to be putting 1 half double crochet, or however many you need to fill up that space. And I say that because I wasn't exactly counting like how many double crochets I put into each space. If you need an exact number, I would say into each space put 3 double crochets. So into each of those little boxes that go across the bottom. And then if you come to a space like this one, I'm about to show you right now, this space right here, go ahead and treat it as a stitch, and then stick your hook in and do your half double crochets. I do apologize, I didn't count how many I had at the end. I didn't really see that as important, but if you need an exact number, I will just say it would be easier to put 3 half double crochets into each of the little boxes and to just basically go from there. So I'm not gonna be leaving too much of this clip in, because all you're doing is putting 1 half double crochet into, or however many you need, half double crochets into like each spot until you get all the way to the other side. Okay, so I just finished my last double crochet, and now we're going to do the V-stitch pattern. So go ahead and chain 3. This is going to be a little bit different from what we have been doing before. That's because this is going to cause our top to flare out around the sides. So just chain 3, and this is we're going to be increasing on this side. So we know that we've usually been skipping that stitch right where I just pointed to, but this time you're going to put 1 double crochet into that stitch right there, and this has increased our side. And then we are going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and work our V-stitch pattern into that second stitch. So that is 1 double crochet, chain 2, and then in that same stitch 1 double crochet, and then all the way down you're going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and do the V-stitch pattern into that next stitch. And you're literally gonna do that all the way down until you reach the end. And the end, it's gonna be something different as well, because we need to increase on that second side. So I am going to leave you guys here. You can pause the video and work this pattern, and then I'll meet you back when you get to the second side. So I am coming up on my last V-stitch, and as you can see I have 1, 2, 3 stitches left. You're just going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and then in that next stitch you're going to put 1 double crochet. And you guys remember the chain 2 from our previous row does count as a stitch. So like the front side, you are going to have 2 double crochets that count as your increase for the 2 sides. So then put your last double crochet into that chain 2 from the previous row. And yes y'all, your girl was struggling. These nails are cute, but they are no joke. But we gonna get through it, y'all. We gonna get through it. So just put your last double crochet right there in that chain 2, and you have increased on that other side. So this is the little ruffling pattern that has happened. It is super cute, and this is done entirely in the V-stitch. You could stop here, or you could be extra like me and do a second row. It is completely up to you. And the second row is really easy, guys. So if you need to, go ahead and pause the video and finish up this first part, and then meet me when you're done. Okay, this is how you're gonna be doing the second ruffle if you choose to, and any other ruffles, you know, from this point. So you're going to chain 3, and we are also going to be increasing yet again. So chain 3, turn your work, and like before, do not skip that 1 stitch. You're going to work 1 double crochet into that stitch, and I'm pointing it out for you. So go ahead and put 1 double crochet there, and then like we did on the first row, you're going to chain 1, and then we're going to be working into our V stitches like we've done throughout this whole process. So 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. And the only difference from this part is that there's only 1 chain in between each V stitch. So chain 1, And in our next V-stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, and you were going to do that all the way down just like we did before. Super duper easy, guys. I will meet you when you get to the end. So I lost the ending footage, but basically when you get to the end, it is exactly like how we did row 1. You are going to have 3 stitches left. You are going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and then work the increase on that last side. Okay guys, that is the ending of our top. To finish it so that you can close it, just crochet a chain that is really long. I would say about 200 chains, and then you are going to thread it through the loops in the back in a crisscross motion. I'm about to show you right now with my fingers, and that's how you're gonna close it. Now I know this, I call this plus size. It is. The only difference is that the bigger the cup does not change anything. If you make this and you make a big cup, the instructions are the exact same. I just used this because I had finished my top and I really didn't want to make another one when I could have made a smaller one faster. So that'll be all for this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to tag me on Instagram if you've made this, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.